Hello guys, Brett here again with another fragrance review. Today I want to look at a Polo fragrance called Polo Red Extreme from Ralph Lauren. And there's a picture of the bottle inside of the card there. A little 1.5 ml sample that I got off of eBay. This one just came out in 2017 and is classified as an Oriental woody fragrance. The listed notes at Fragrantica and most of the other websites seem to be pretty simplistic here. Blood, orange, coffee, and ebony wood. Now, as many other reviewers have stated, I think there is a lot more going on in this fragrance than is actually listed here. Um, there is definitely something like a besides a coffee note. There's like a chocolate note here, and maybe even a hint of patchouli, something to kind of give it sort of like a earthy, bitter tone. I'm not really sure what ebony wood smells like, so maybe it's just an aspect of ebony wood. But basically, what I'm getting from this fragrance is like a dark, bittersweet chocolate coffee scent, a little orange in there, and a woody base. So if you like chocolate coffee scents, this one might be something worth checking out. Some people have compared it to Rochas Man and even Axe's Dark Temptation, which are both chocolate or chocolate coffee fragrances. I would argue that this was maybe a little bit darker and richer than those two. I think this one actually leans a little bit into that Mugler Angelman territory. This one, of course, doesn't have the tar note and it doesn't have that thick patchouli, so it's not quite as daring and cloying as that one can be, but it's definitely sort of a compromise. So I'd say if you thought A-Man was too much, you thought maybe Rochas Man was too playful and sweet, candy-like, this one might be a good in-between compromise between those two extremes. So here you go, extreme. So yeah, Polar Red Extreme. And I didn't love this fragrance, but I didn't hate it. I thought, from what I remember, I really liked Polo Red. I think I put that in my top 100 scents of all time. So I was excited to try this one out. There's also Polo Red Intense, which I ordered a sample of, and I'll probably be reviewing that one soon. Has like a cranberry note in there, so I thought that would be fun to check out, see how those compare, the intense and the extreme version. But let me get into some final scores for the extreme version of Polo Red. The smell, I'll give it 6.5 out of 10. I think when it opens up, it is quite nice and inviting. Of course, I think over time, it does seem to get more earthy and bitter and not quite as pleasing. So, I kind of, you know, lost my excitement for the fragrance as it kind of played out on my skin. Projection longevity, I'll say 7.5 out of 10. Now, as a sample, I didn't have to go real heavy here. I think you should get 4 to 6 hours on this one. I didn't get any feedback at work, so I'm not sure how they picked up on it, but I think it does perform pretty well. Versatility, I'll say 6 out of 10. Definitely cooler weather, fall, winter. And I would say it leans more towards evening wear than day wear. So if you're looking for an office scent, I think you can still wear Polo Red Extreme. Just be careful with your application there. Uniqueness, I'll say 6 out of 10. Like I said, it does bear some similarities to other chocolate coffee scents. And if you look at other reviews, I've seen comparisons with other fragrances. Like I think Ultra Male was mentioned as a similar scent, or one of the Givenchy's, like Play Intense, I think. Anything with a chocolate coffee note in it is going to bear some similarity to this one. So not overly unique. Price points, being a recent release from a house like Ralph Lauren, it could be kind of pricey, especially if you go to like a Macy's or something. So probably want to consider a discounter like Fragrance Net. And a Fragrance Net 2.5 ounce, 45.98. The big 4.2 is 61.10. So that's an economical way to get this one if you really like it. For me, 6 out of 10. Okay, if you like chocolate coffee scents, this one's sort of on the dark, bitter end of the spectrum. Not as intense in that direction as Angel Men, but not as sweet and candy like as like Rochas and Dark Temptation from Axe. So, yeah, nice one to check out if you're into dark chocolate coffee scents. So, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.